Hi guys, this is Sylvia and Rob, part 3 of our update on the planetary situation and our wonderful conversations about health and other things that we can do in order to ease our lives. And in part 2, we talked about cell phones and how they're not really good for us. You talked a little bit about that we could use a Bluetooth. Now, do you have any other advice that our viewers can apply?
Well, obviously, you don't want to live very close to cell phone towers, and you just want to be aware that that network's out there. And we need to do our best to overcome that, as well as smart meters. You can Google that, look that up. You could Google ELF. You could Google MK Ultra Mind Control and do your own research. But when it comes to healing, the pyramid itself, I had the pyramid on in our last
What
interview.
is smart meters? While I take the pyramid.
Yeah, the pyramid. You see the pyramid. Pyramid acts as a Faraday cage and actually protects from radiation. So my head now is being protected in a sense from radiation. If you wear this, if we took this like if this was filled with brine shrimp, we put this over here, it would sit, and after 2 weeks, most the other brine shrimp would die. They would live under the pyramid because it acts as a Faraday cage and protects the body from electromagnetic outbursts. So the pyramid's a very positive technology that can be used in conjunction with other types of technology. There's actually one on my website, and if you look there, it's called a cell phone protection. It's under quantum energy holograms, and I actually sell technology that I send you, and you put it as a wallpaper on your cell phone. And I couldn't believe it myself, but it actually works and reduces the microwave emissions, and that's actually demonstratable and provable. So there's that type of technology. There's the pyramids, and essentially we just need to heal the situation on the planet, remove that, which brings me to some other things in regards to health and technology. In Mount Shasta this summer, the 19th through the 23rd of August, if you go to my website under events, and there's a banner on the front page, it's called the Mount Shasta Interplanetary Cultural Exchange Conference, called Meet the Ambassadors, and we're going to have Omnek, the woman from Venus, will be there. I'm going to put some links up there that you read about her. You can read about the schedule and other information there, but she hasn't spoken in USA in over 25 years. We're going to have Alex Collier there, who hasn't spoken in over 8 years due to threats from the government and other people. It's going to be a very great event. You can check that out there.
How do you convince these people to come to your shows and events and speak after such a long time?
I don't convince people. I just offer a good experience, and people come. It was 45 the first year, and it was 153 last year, and I'm sure it'll probably be somewhere around that this year. We're doing five days up at the Methodist camp just below Castle Lake, which I'm sure you know is a beautiful lake. You've been there many times. So It's right below there. We'll be swimming in the lake and going on the mountain and having a wonderful time, including sky watches. We're going to have massages on board. We're going to have an aura photograph. We're going to have meditation and yoga on a daily basis. We're going to have some healthy food up there. And we're going to have a screening of The Stranger at the Pentagon. Lots of good things. We'll have on-site camping for people who can't afford to stay in a hotel to make it a little cheaper. It's less than $100 a day, including camping. And we have some really great speakers and musicians coming as well. And I think you're going to find it fascinating. Omnek will break many ideas and shatter many beliefs about extraterrestrials, and you're going to hear her story, and I recommend you look into that. On March 21st, I'm doing a webinar with Winston Shrout. You can go to my website under events. If you go to Solutions in Commerce, that's only $20. I'll be doing a question and answer live if people want to go there. And it's just an honor to be able to share the technology that I've been given through Fred Bell and the Pleiadians, the pyramids, crystals, and lasers. If you research my site, you'll get an understanding of how this technology works and can heal the body through sympathetic resonance and creating a standing field that will ultimately shift our consciousness through certain ketones, utilizing sound, light, and color in conjunction with minerals and things like that. So that technology will be in Mount Shasta. That's what I wanted to mention. So,
but people can also get it or find out more about it on your website.
Yeah, the Promise
which will be attached, promiserevealed.com.
This is called the Quantum Flux Resonator. It's a silver plated version, but we have a gold plated version as well on my website. That was a device that is very powerful. If you look on the side, there's a little video of what it does to your aura. Very powerful aura expansion. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with people as well.
It's tachyon, right?
The crystal has been tachyonized.
It's been tachionized?
Yeah.
Can you tell us what is tachyon?
A tachyon is abundant in outer space because we have a veil in a quarantine situation here, which we went over with the hostile, non-benevolent extraterrestrial force that we're in the process of exposing and removing from the earth through a compassionate, non-violent series of actions coordinated by everyone everywhere, with your own thoughts and prayers being very important towards this end, and awareness. We will remove this bubble that blocks the energy from the planet. It's actually a technology in the plasma scalar field that's actually suppressing different technologies, and that's a very deep political situation, which is kind of what the Prepare for Change and Cobra information is about, which you can see on my site. But this bubble actually blocks tachyons from the earth. So tachyons are abundant. They are the actual movement force field before the physical creation, before the physical bang. What created the Big Bang? It's this life force, the source of creation. The highest frequency of energy movement would be called tachyon. It sustains all of creation. Now, it exists in outer space, and my friend Cobra, our friend, who you know as well, was given a design utilizing two crystals from different locations on the earth, and he was told to make it an experiment and create this technology. He did, and he was contacted by someone from the International Space Station who is also in contact with benevolent extraterrestrials, and they asked him to pay for putting this experiment shoebox into outer space on the first publicly launched satellite system. One lady, I think she paid for her husband's ashes, $250,000 for a little bit of her ex-husband's ashes. I think she said, I wanted to get him as far away from me as possible.
Right.
So, but there were many things that are out there, most of them, of course, of a scientific nature. And the Pleiadians have placed a beam on that, and it connects tachyons from the two crystals in there directly to the mines on the earth. And those two mines are now infused with tachyon-filled crystals. So Cobra is utilizing those crystals in her technology, which he makes a chamber, a pyramid shape, utilizing these crystals, and you place things inside it, and after about 48 hours in a very small area, they become tachyonized, and so they carry an energy, and crystals are the best. And if people want to send their own crystals, they can contact me, or I have crystals for sale if people want that they can have, and I actually have some of them, and it's a nice rose quartz pendant that people can use. So there's different types of jewelry and technology that people can use, and yes, it costs money. Nothing is for free yet, but we're moving towards a cashless society and the revelation of truth. And in the meantime, while we step by step move through this, we need to support each other in alternative healing technologies. So many cancers could be cured. All of this is actually possible, and what people could also realize also is that there's actually a hostile force that suppresses this. When people have an answer to cancer or something, they're actually put on trial and go to jail. They can have 40 people say, they helped me, my son can now walk. Whatever the miracle is, they don't care. They will constantly harass someone who's taking away profits from the pharmaceutical industrial people. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't think that that's not real. It is actually happening, and it's something that we as a people need to understand and actually hold those people who are responsible and in charge accountable, and in a lawful arrest procedure if they violated the law. But we need to bring things forward in a good way.
So because of the media power and this information and what they give us, some people still, when I talk to people, they still question, really, the cancer, medicine, you think they already know the treatment for it, but then, why wouldn't they tell us, and...
Well, because they're not them. They're actually been manipulated and controlled on a higher level. The very highest level, this is where it works, is compartmentalized to most of the people. The police who go in and hold people at gunpoint for selling raw milk from a cow. You can't even take milk from an organic cow.
That actually happened, dear viewers, here in Venice. We had a little raw store, and that's what you're talking about.
They came in and guns and helmets. It was like the raid that should be taking place in the White House and in Congress for the criminal activities going on there. And by golly, folks, I think it's going to happen. Here's the good news. We can talk about the bad guys, but the good news is we're moving towards first contact. And this is going to take place at some point in our near future. And we don't want to just invite anyone in. Here's an important thing that I want to make a distinction for people is when we start calling in for the ETs, it's giving a kind of a permission for them to come in. We need to be clear that we ask for benevolent forces who are going to help us remove the technology of more advanced not advanced beings, but advanced technology that's used against us by other beings here. So that's what we want help. Once they're gone, we as a people need to come together on our own and declare who we are, what our choice is, and where we're going forward. Extraterrestrials are not going to do everything for us. We may have a bully on us and they're going to pull us off, but the bully has stuck us in the mud and we're dirty, and we need to stand up collectively, get off our knees, wash ourselves off, dust ourselves off, and choose where are we going to go forward. We will have no more suppression of our free technologies, but we have a right to declare our own space and the earth as us as one people. And so just calling in extraterrestrials is not a good idea for the whole planet. We need to have a little bit of discernment. And I think the benevolent, positive extraterrestrials will allow that to take place as we establish our more localized city-state governances which can reflect the will of the people better. A centralized government doesn't work due to the possibility for corruption and manipulation. We must all have autonomy and liberty and freedom from tyranny. So removing of these hostile structures is one of the important things we need to do.
And let's talk a little bit more about this and about extraterrestrials in part 4, okay?
Okay.